everybody, welcome back to Coop de Grill. Today we're going to make one of my brand new holiday favorites. I actually tried this at the Hudson Square Coffee Company in Ashland, Wisconsin, and I had to have the recipe. So today we are making maple brown sugar cookies for the holidays. Alright, it's my first time making this, so wish me luck. I hope you all have luck out there too. Let's go over the ingredients. So we're going to need flour, we need baking soda, butter, salt, I feel like these are common, 1 egg at room temperature, brown sugar, my favorite. You're going to need maple syrup, but it cannot be the kind you put on pancakes. So we're lucky enough to know someone who makes their own maple syrup in Grantsburg, Wisconsin, and we have grade A dark maple syrup. What you need is a dark syrup, whether it's grade A or B. So dark maple syrup, vanilla extract, maple extract, which I had never used before, it's pretty exciting, and some powdered sugar. Let's see what happens. So first we need to put our dry ingredients into a bowl and get those all mixed up. So I need 2 3/4 cups of flour. 1, 2, sorry, it's 2 1/3 cups. Pretty sure I said that wrong. So 2 1/3 cups of flour, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and we need 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Okay. Now we're going to whisk it together. We're going to go ahead and do our softened room temperature butter. So we're going to cream our butter. Love my holiday spatulas. They're so cute. Baking should be fun, right? Now I need 1 cup of packed brown sugar. Okay, 1 cup. This is pretty specific. So it says to mix your butter and brown sugar on a medium-high speed until light and creamy, which is about 3 minutes. So we beat this for 3 minutes and it looks like that. I don't know if that's light and creamy enough, but it's together. Next it says we need our large egg. We need that to be at room temperature. And we're going to mix that in. It says for about 30 seconds. Then it tells us to add our syrup. So we've mixed our egg together for 30 seconds on high. Then it says scrape the sides of the bowl. Now we're going to add our maple syrup. So we have 1/3 cup of maple syrup. Maple syrup is the star of this cookie with the brown sugar. So make sure you get all your maple syrup in there. We're going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Then we're going to add 1 teaspoon of our brand new maple extract. This is super exciting. It smells amazing. And we are going to combine this all up. Oh my goodness, I wish you had smell-o-vision. This smells amazing. This is gorgeous. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to start adding in the dry ingredients, beating on low until they're combined. Now this does not say to do it slowly. Woof. Ugh. Alright, well this makes me nervous. I would never do this normally. It says to just add them all. Whew, that seems wrong. Alright people, let's see what happens. On low. Now everything is combined. Bow is officially bored. Now that we have everything combined, we're going to cover this and we're going to put it in the fridge for at least 2 hours, but up to 3 days. So I really want to eat them, so we're only going to do 2 hours. So when you're covering a dough to put it in the refrigerator, here's a little tip. You don't just want to put a cover over the top. You're going to want to put your cellophane touching your dough. The reason for that is so you don't create a film from the fridge, so you don't have hard bits when you pull it out. We have started baking our little brown sugar maple cookies. As you can see, they're pretty small. we used a small cookie scoop. It says about 1.5 tablespoons of dough per cookie, and that has been absolutely perfect for baking them at 350 degrees for 12 minutes. The next step is to let them cool for the next 30 minutes, and then we will make the glaze and put that over the top. So now we're going to go ahead and make the icing that goes over these delicious maple brown sugar cookies. So first we're going to put 2 tablespoons of butter into a small saucepan, and we're going to let that melt. And we need 1/3 cup of maple syrup, and we're going to go ahead and mix those together. Once the butter is melted, you know that it's time to remove it from the heat. Okay, so this is what your mixture should look like once your butter is melted. Now we're going to remove it from the heat, and we're going to sift in a pinch of salt and 1 cup of powdered sugar. And just so you know, a pinch of salt is actually 1/16 of a teaspoon, in case you were curious. If you have any of those old recipes that say a pinch of this or a pinch of that, it's 1/16 of a teaspoon. Learned that from my mom. This is our consistency for our icing. I have all of my cookies out on a rack. I put cellophane or saran wrap underneath the rack, so as this gets kind of drizzled on here, we shouldn't have a huge mess, or at least we'll have a mess that's fairly easy to clean up. We'll see how it goes. Let's get started. That is my version of drizzling these cookies with icing. You can do them much less messy if you'd like, but I think they're going to taste just as good. So now for the taste test. I have one that I added a little too much icing to. I'm not going to let anybody else eat this. It doesn't look as pretty. So the icing is supposed to stand for at least 1 hour before it solidifies, and then you can put it in a airtight container, either out of the fridge for up to 2 days or in the fridge for up to a week. So we're going to taste test this and see if it's close to the delicious one I had in Ashland. Oh my God, that's so good. Oh, this is so close. Oh, this is so good. This is almost identical. I think their icing was a little different, but I would 100% make these again. So happy holidays, everyone. Thank you for coming with me today to make maple brown sugar cookies. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Drop a comment. It helps grow our channel. If you like seeing more of this with us, it's right over here. Click on this. I'm going to eat these. Click on that.